Good morning. Good morning, TGIF. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday, April the 5th, and we are here to look at new releases, the last of the new releases that are being set into the wild this week. Hope you had a good night. Kim says, Good morning. Mary says, good morning, Mary, and everyone. Happy Friday. The sun is shining, and it's going to be a beautiful day here in Virginia. I'm going to breakfast with friends. Oh, cool, at 9:30. Foresee pancakes in my future. Oh, absolutely. I agree with you, Kim. Yum. Mary said, hi, Kim. How are you doing this morning? Hopefully excited about the weekend and feeling much better. Yeah. Hope you're ready for your show, Mary. And Kim, do you have any baseball games this weekend? I have a haircut, I think, tomorrow. I'll have to double check the date. I think it's tomorrow, at long last. All right, quick announcement. Let's see. No sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. We will do them tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. That will go for 5 hours. Bring a book, a project, be productive while listening to some nice ambiance, whatever it is you want to do. It is a whole afternoon/evening carved out for you. I do the sprints every Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and the Saturday afternoons. Shall we jump in? I had a couple things tagged here before we go into the rest of the cozy mysteries. A couple things caught my attentions. Kings is going for biometric screening. Earns extra money for health expenses. Well, that will definitely help out. Get rid of that banner. Every little bit helps. This caught my attention. I wanted to take a look a little bit more in. This is a nonfiction book. It's A History of the World in 12 Shipwrecks by David Gibbons. He is a renowned underwater archaeologist. A rich narrative of human history told through the archaeological discoveries of 12 shipwrecks across time. Right up my alley. The Viking warship of King Canute the Great, Henry VIII, the Mary Rose, Captain John Franklin's doomed HMS Terror, the SS Gersopa, destroyed by a Nazi U-boat in the Atlantic during World War II. Since we first set sail on the open sea, ships and their wrecks have been an inevitable part of human history. Archaeologists have made spectacular discoveries excavating these sunken ships. Their protective underwater cocoon keeping evidence of past civilizations preserved. Now, for the first time, David Gibbons ties together the stories of some of the most significant shipwrecks in time to form a single overarching narrative of world history. Not just a story of those ships, the people who sailed on them, and the cargo and treasure they carried, but also the story of the spread of people, religion, and ideas around the world. It is a story of colonialism, migration, and the indomitable human spirit that continues today. From the glittering Bronze Age to the world of Caesar's Rome, through the era of the Vikings to the exploration of the Arctic, Gibbons uses shipwrecks to tell it all. Doesn't that sound cool? That sounds cool. Cool so much that we're going to go look and see if we got any. No, but I'm definitely interested in this one. This next one, I believe, comes out on Monday. I just didn't want to miss it. They play an away game tonight. Okay. Next home game isn't until next Thursday. Okay. Spring break has been this week. Ooh. That does sound like a very interesting book and a novel concept. Yes. There's one out there. I don't think it's the same author who, different disciplines, like History of the World in like 6 drinks or something like that, which is very interesting. I haven't read it, but it's been on my radar. This is The Secret Lives of Booksellers and Librarians. And no, I don't think Mary contributed to this. Wah. This is by James Patterson and Matt Eversman. To be a bookseller or librarian, you have to play detective, be a treasure hunter, a matchmaker, an advocate, a visionary, a person who creates book joy by pulling a book from a shelf, handing it to someone, and saying, "You've got to read this. You're going to love it." Step inside this book and enter a world where you can feed your curiosities, discover new voices, find whatever you want or require. This place has the magic of rainbows and unicorns, but it's also a business, the book business. Meet the smart and talented people who live between the pages and who can't wait to help you find your next favorite book. Comes out on the 8th, 352 pages. That sounds so good. Added. And now this one, The Die by Jude Berman. Dara, a tech writer living in the democratic nation of California, is dismayed to see the game she's helping develop for a Silicon Valley tech company has been tampered with. When her hacker friend Jed investigates, he uncovers a conspiracy that could change the nation and the world. With a circle of close friends, Jed digs deeper and deeper into the dark net and exposes the unthinkable. An app is being developed that uses quantum computing and neuroscience to alter people's brains, totally unbeknownst to them. As the friends realize the devastating impact of this technology, they're presented with a dilemma: stay quiet and stay safe, or risk their lives to stand up to the international authoritarian force behind this plot. That is fiction. It sounds like nonfiction these days, but it is fiction. Sharpe's Command, the next book in the Bernard Cornwell Sharpe's historical series. Who would have thought that James Patterson would tackle something like that? Glad he did, since his name alone will help sell it. May have to get that one. He's, like Dan Brown is not given enough credit. I have not read Sharpe's the series here, but it has always sounded very interesting to me. Outsider, hero, rogue. If any man can do the impossible, it's Richard Sharpe. And the impossible is exactly what the formidable Captain Sharpe is asked to do when he's sent on an undercover mission to a small village in the Spanish countryside far behind enemy lines. For the quiet, remote village, sitting high above the Almaraz Bridge, is about to become the center of a battle for the future of Europe. Two French armies march toward the bridge, one from the north and one from the south. If they meet, the British are lost. Only Sharpe's small group of men, with their cunning and courage to rely on, can stand in their way. But they're rapidly outnumbered, enemies are hiding in plain sight, and as the French edge ever closer to the front line, time is running out. This is, of course, in 1812. And this one also caught my attention. Thanks, Mary. Health comes and goes. Have a couple good days, and then, yep. Parabellum by Simon Turney. 381 AD. 5 years have gone by since a Roman governor ordered the deaths of a Gothic king and his Goth, as in like the Visigoths kind of Goths, and his attendants at a feast in their honor. I know you guys know. This disastrous act led to warfare in the Roman Empire and the death of the Emperor Valens. I have a tickle. The empire is now at peace, but the powerful brother of the murdered king has sworn revenge on the regicides and will not rest until they are hunted down. For the 8 legionnaires who carried out the killings, the bloodshed is only just beginning. Flavius Focalis is one of those legionnaires. After narrowly surviving an attempt on his life, Focalis seeks to warn his former comrades, for he knows their enemy is implacable. So begins a deadly game of cat and mouse across the empire, with far more than 8 lives at stake. For war is coming, and the only question is, do they die now or do they die late? You know me, I like historical stuff. All right. Back to our cozies. That's book 23. I think we are here. Quilt City, proving a negative. All right, double check the date. Yep, we're good. This is by Bruce Leonard, fourth in the Carroll Mysteries. Hadley Carroll's big weekend plans include visiting the National Quilt Museum in Paducah, Kentucky, with her friends and newfound family, watching an action scene being shot downtown for a Hollywood adventure film celebrating a birthday, and quilting in Paducah Quilters Quorum. But Hadley, a journalist and the mayor of Paducah, receives bad news from Ashley, the 18-year-old who lives with her, and from Dakota, Hadley's best friend. Then, when the movie stunt goes terribly wrong and the crimes that follow threaten to tear the city apart, Hadley and her usual entourage set out to catch the criminals. As you do if you're in a cozy. Oh, this comes out in May. We're not there yet. We may be going quickly through the year, but we're not there yet. But the spell cast goes wrong. A murder she witches mystery by Kat McGee. This is fifth in that series. Anonymous flower delivery sprout a mystery as persistent as weeds in the enchanting town of Grimestone. It's not Grimstone, there's an E in there. Grimestone Grove. Retired teacher, spell scribing witch, and part owner of the Three Witches bookstore, Octavia Grimstone finds her life entwined with baffling bouquets of flowers. As the petals fall around her, she discovers a lifeless body at Faithful Blooms, ensnaring Octavia in a web of suspicion and intrigue far deeper than any cozy mystery she might write. With her trusty yellow quill, Octavia digs into the heart of the mystery, hoping to unearth the truth rooted beneath the vagrant mystery as she's blamed for the wolf shifter's death. I'm out, wolf shifter. We looked at that one on Tuesday, I think. A little mistaken. Oh, the puns! Oh, the puns! They hurt. I've always been interested in the Romans. Maybe it was that 2 years of Latin in high school that sparked that interest. Oh, I wish I totally regret that I didn't take Latin in high school. But yeah, what an interesting era. And if you watched, what's that British show? The archaeological one. Why is it not coming to my brain? Where it seems like they just go walking in a field and they're picking up Roman coins. Just, oh, there's a Roman coin. Oh, there's a Roman coin. Love that. Kim, and I keep forgetting to do my eye drops during the afternoon. I need to set an alarm, maybe? Kim, I bought a big high school history book the other day at Goodwill. Oh, how fun! One of my cool finds. It's been a while since I've gone to a book sale, basically because what I'm interested in, most book sales don't carry. I read, historical mysteries and stuff, and people just don't, so you don't really find them in book sales. But many years ago, I was looking at a book sale that a church in town does. It's the best one in town, and it's coming up. Another one is coming up next weekend, and I think I might go maybe. Um, I found a copy of the English book that was so impactful to me in the eighth grade. My eighth grade English teacher was amazing, Miss Price. And I found a copy of that English book. I bought it. A Little Mistaken, a 1920s New York murder mystery. Sorry, we had a squirrel moment there. By Jack Murray, first in a new series. A case of mistaken identity and murder with a beautiful young journalist, a handsome young detective, and a precocious child. Bobby Flynn is always surrounded by death. As an obituary writer in the Hearst-owned newspaper, The New York American, she is sent to write a puff piece about wealthy banker Hamilton Monk, who committed suicide the week before Christmas. While Bobby is at the Monk house, Violet, the daughter of the Monk family lawyer, Fitzroy Belmont is kidnapped when she is mistaken for the granddaughter of the deceased banker. Mayhem ensues as Bobby investigates with the unwilling yet willing help of Detective Nolan as her disapproving father, Inspector Flynn, looks on. They uncover secrets and lies at the heart of a mystery with a child who refuses to stay kidnapped, a Russian henchman to die for, and murdered. Dot, 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 dot. We did Nosy Neighbors. I don't think we did that one. Deep Fried Deception, a Sandy Cove British mystery, first in the series by Sienna Summer. In the idyllic Cornish village of Sandy Cove, Maggie Treloar's life seems picture perfect. She is the assistant of her aunt's charming shop, the Book Nook, where she indulges in her two passions, reading and baking. Maggie revels in the thrilling world of whodunits, as do all the members of the Mystery Book Club. Her complimentary biscuits are a much loved feature of the Book Nook. The love of her life, a lovable curly cavapoo named Biscuit, makes Maggie's life in Sandy Cove complete. Little did Maggie know she would soon become a character in her own whodunit. When one of Maggie's fellow book club members becomes the prime suspect in a murder, her peaceful life takes an unexpected turn. Encouraged by her impulsive cousin and other book club members, Maggie takes it upon herself to venture into amateur sleuthing. With her cousin Kate and Biscuit by her side, Maggie sets out to uncover some clues that could point to the actual murderer. However, as Maggie gets closer to the truth, she begins to overstep the mark, treading dangerously close to getting on the wrong side of the law. I mean, seriously, why aren't more amateur sleuths arrested for obstruction of justice or interfering in a case? That's the biggest thing I hate about my health. It makes it too hard to hit yard sales. Plus, the guy I did them with passed away. Oh, you need a new partner in crime. Labradored to death. Yeah, as I was saying, I'd like to go hit that sale. There's really no way I can leave Keo. I'm his emotional support person. And if he's separated from me, he is not happy. Always make an Akita happy. This is eighth in the Barkview Mysteries by C.B. Wilson. To some, it's just a piece of cardboard. To others, it's worth millions. Cat person Cat Hall has pet sat a dog or two in her time. It's only neighborly when you live in dog-obsessed Barkview, but now she's hit the big league. Her current canine guest is a celebrity, the brilliant and beloved Champ, bat dog for a professional baseball team. Baseball is in full swing in Barkview, and journalist Cat has the enviable job of wrangling Champ's ink pad for his pawographs while keeping the paparazzi from getting too rough. To her great delight, the star is irresistible, the best behaved, best trained, maybe most lovable pooch she's ever met. Also, maybe the smartest. You have to be smart to retrieve casually tossed bats while ignoring an entire stadium of fans chanting your illustrious name. The Champ's never ruffled, never rattled. When the cheering begins, he just bobs his head regally to acknowledge his subjects. Considering the odd theft that's just occurred in Barkview, it's pretty safe to imagine this furry virtuoso is inwardly howling at the silliness of his human pals. He's got to be thinking, what would a small square of cardboard, hardly ever even chewable, fetch a fortune? Answer, because it's a collectible baseball card and collectors are goofier than the puppy bowl, etc., etc. That is a lot of description. How many? How big is it? 218 pages. Anyway, dog and baseball themed, very cute. The Cryptic Clue. Only in audio and paperback. Welcome to the, oops, and the paperback doesn't have any description here, and it's $30. When was this released? Doesn't say. The Tea Lady's Mystery. Huh. I don't know if I trust it. No, at least we've highlighted the title if you want to check it out more. Murder Takes Root. Second in The Gardner Mysteries by Rosie Sandler. Steph Williams is excited to get her hands stuck into her latest gardening project. This time, she's been commissioned by Lady Clara of Ashford Manor to restore the stately gardens to their former glory. But the estate is suddenly thrown into chaos when a dead body is discovered in one of the rooms. The police rule it as suicide, though Steph's convinced they're barking up the wrong tree. For she knows the deceased better than they do, and it could only be one thing: murder. And if the police won't listen to her, then Steph will have to investigate the case herself. And so on. Ah. Texas and Homicide: Murder on Opening Night by Lacey Flax, second in this series. Performing in a Broadway musical was Sylvia's dream until a murder took center stage. Young witch Sylvia Stewart is on top of the world, about to make her Broadway debut, but on opening night, the production star Sophie Love plummets to her death in the middle of the performance. Sylvie doesn't think it was an accident and suspects magic was involved in the murder. She calls the only detective she trusts, the handsome Detective Malone, to solve the crime, save the production, and all the cast's jobs. But while helping Malone investigate Miss Love's death, Sylvia also dives deeper into the detective's secrets. She knows he's not a norm because the amnesia tea she gave him to make him forget magic after their first investigation didn't work. But he's also not a witch. What could he be? A guy? Well, the bell rang. That's all we have time for today. La 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 la. Where am I at? There we are. All righty. Well, we will continue with the cozy mysteries from that point on Monday. What a week. Winners on my phone is acting up this morning. Oh, I hate that. It's Mercury retrograde. Things like that's gonna happen. Sucks. May all your Mercuries be Freddy and not retrograde. Have a good Friday. I hope you guys are able to maybe stop by tomorrow for our sprints. Our sprints are at 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, you'll see me shorn. If not, it will be the next weekend, but I think it's tomorrow. No sprints tonight. Friday night is when I hang out with Steve for a bit. We have dinner together, kind of thing. I hope you are reading good books. If you're not reading a good book, it's okay to set it aside. It's just on pause often. It's just not the right time for you, the book, and that book's author to come together. Okay. Uh, Reading is fun, so read something you like. And we've looked at things that will help you see what else is out there, maybe inspire you to check out a new author. Maybe. Off you all go into the wild weekend wonder. Mary, have a good luck on the show. Hopefully it's better than last weekend. Thanks, PK, and hope you and Kim have a great weekend. Rest and relax if you can. Get ready for the great eclipse on Monday. Absolutely. And eclipse madness. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. Tell the world about us. We need to grow. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day, good weekend. God bless.